Hey guys, it's Dan here again, this time with a short video series about weeding. So we're going to discuss why weeding is important. We're going to go through some of these very simple and proper techniques for weeding, and I'm also just going to show you a couple common weeds that you're likely to find in any of the Urban Farms facilities. Weeding is very important for a number of reasons. The biggest one is that it cuts down on competition. So if you have a lot of weeds in a garden bed, whether you're growing vegetables or flowers or any other horticultural application, those weeds are going to take up a lot of the nutrients and resources that are supposed to be for the plants that you want, right? So instead of your tomatoes getting all the water and the fertilizer and everything else, the weeds will take some of it. If you also have a lot of weeds in your bed and a lot of crowding in your bed, particularly with vegetables, you could have more pest problems because the pests and the bugs and various diseases will find more pathways to jump among the different plants in a more crowded bed. So what we're looking at right here is called garlic mustard. This is a really common weed that you're likely to see throughout this part of the country. It's also what's called an invasive plant, meaning that it is a plant that came from somewhere else. This particular species came from Europe hundreds of years ago, became established here, and just kind of took over in a lot of places. When you're pulling this kind of weed, or really any weed, the most important thing that you need to remember is that you got to get the entire plant out. You can't just pull the top off, okay? And if you pull the top off, and even if you pull the whole, like the rosette and the top and everything else and all the foliage, and the root is still on the ground, that weed is likely to come back. So you got to get down at the base of the plant, find that base, hold it around the base, and you can feel it give, and pull the entire thing out by the root. Okay? It's kind of raining lightly right now, a little bit. It's moist, which is a good time to weed because the ground is a little softer and the weeds are a little easier to pull. So that's our first video. Most important, remember to pull out the whole plant. And in the next couple videos, we'll go through a couple different kinds of weeds and a couple different techniques that might be necessary.